Good morning. Today I'm looking at Psalm 90. In this psalm, it talks about the eternal nature of God and how far above us He is. And sometimes it's good to think about that actually it adds to the wonder we feel in our hearts when we realise that God, who is so far above everything and so much greater than we are, that He should actually care for us. It gives Him more glory, because what a wonderful God He is, that even though He's been from eternity to eternity, yet He knows and loves each one of us. It puts our lives into the right sort of proportion, really, because we get caught up with all sorts of very small things in our lives. And we add to them a worth that perhaps is not right. Anyway, let me read you a bit of this psalm as our thought for today. Lord, Thou hast been our dwelling place in all generations, before the mountains were brought forth, or ever Thou hadst formed the earth and the world. From everlasting to everlasting, Thou art God. 1,000 years in Thy sight are but as yesterday, when it is past, or as a watch in the night. You know, some people, they say, well, why do you still hope for the coming of Jesus? It's been over 2,000 years. Well, if 1,000 years is just like yesterday when it's past to God, then 2,000 years waiting is not a very long time for Him. For us, it's an extraordinarily long time. And it's hard to keep our faith when our view of life is so very different. Amazingly, God is as present with us every moment of every day, caring for us. And yet, 1,000 years is just like yesterday, gone past. What an amazing God we serve. From everlasting to everlasting, Thou art God. God is not changing, has never changed. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever Thou hadst formed the earth and the world, from everlasting to everlasting, Thou art God. How amazing, how stunning, how amazing. Before the mountains ever were formed, God was loving and caring for His people. God was thinking of us, preparing a way of salvation for us. God knew about you and me before the mountains ever came into being. This is the God that we serve. We don't have to worry about anything. If He can make the mountains and oh, so wonderful. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. And then it goes on to talk about the shortness of our life. The years of our life are 70, or even by reason of strength 80. Yet their span is but toil and trouble, and they are soon gone, and we fly away. Now, Paul talks about it in different terms. He says the sufferings of this present world are not worth comparing to the glory that is prepared for us. He puts it in New Testament terms and says, our lifespan is so short, we're just like grass in the field. One day it's there, the next day it's scorched by the sun, and it's gone. Our lifespan is very brief. It feels very long to us, but it's very brief in eternity terms. And the suffering, that whatever suffering we go through, is not worth comparing to the glory that we will have with God. So whether we live 70 years, 80 years, 90 years, or 100 years, whatever our lifespan, it's just a blink of the eye in eternity terms. And all we have to do is hold steadfast and follow Him. Keep close to Him. And then there's a prayer at the end of the psalm. Oh, there's a lovely phrase in verse 12 that says, so teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom. So this psalmist is saying, Lord, help me to think of things in the right way, to appreciate the proportions of my life compared to yours, of the value of each day, so that I may get a heart of wisdom. I want to be wise in the way I use my days. They may seem to run like nothing. They seem to pass ever so quickly anyway, don't they? You know, I've been saying all week, really, in my mind and heart, it's still May, and here we are in August. The days run on very fast. But we can appreciate each day and each moment of each day, giving God the glory for being that wonderful Master, Lord and Master that he is. So that's Psalm 90. Have a read of it if you get a chance today. It's a beautiful psalm. Glory to God, the God of eternity, who stepped down into humanity and into time and restricted himself in order to bring us salvation. What must that have cost Jesus? Jesus, who was eternal, is eternal, living in eternity, to come into time and limit himself as he did. What a wonder. What a wonder. There's a thought for the day. God bless you. Have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.